Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another Empires and Puzzles video. This is 3KO Games with a brand new hero review here. Let's jump in. We've got a couple of slow speed heroes to look at. Brand new this morning in the Goblin Summon, and a couple of days ago I was busy this weekend in the Wilderness Summon. So we'll talk about both Gideon and Fergus. Let's go in and talk about Fergus. First, there he is. He looks like Greg's, older brother or something like this. Not an attractive person at all. He's carrying somebody there on his back. That's pretty interesting. Nice guard duty there. He's a reliable guarder. 5-star blue monk, so he gets a chance to resist status ailments, which is really useful for somebody who is more of a defensive type hero. Family bonus, of course, with Garrison Guard is that Recruit Guard Mega Minion. So, at the start of the battle, he has a Mega Minion with 20% HP and 100% attack. Not the strongest, but it's nice. It's an additional little hit and an additional little amount of HP to start the battle, and that gets stronger if you have more Garrison Guard heroes on the team. Stat-wise, he's at 1132 team power, leaning more defensively, 1062 attack, 1178 defense, 2187 on health. Fergus also has all of these passives, which are really strong for the Garrison Guard family. Give him a status ailment, he gets 5% mana. So he's a slow speed hero, but you can definitely accidentally speed him up with all of the status ailments that you want to bring against the team. An innate resistance against mana reduction, which is really a pain when you're trying to slow him down. Silence will still work. And I believe mindless attack will still work, but of course, as a monk, he might resist that because of the class skill anyway. And then finally, the biggest thing about Garrison Guard family, of course, is that it removes... Whoa. I was going to go on autopilot and say removes Wither, but this hero removes all growth effects from all enemies every 4 turns. I think this is the first time we've seen this. So, very useful against some of the big growth heroes. Darkfeather is a pretty big growth hero. Grimsteel for sure. This will be a wonderful counter to that. So now let's take a look at this special skill, Keep the Peace. Slow speed special. So, reduces the mana of the enemy with the most mana by 70% and reduces the mana of all other enemies by 40%. That's a big reduction. That's really going to slow everybody down. Plus, all enemies get negative 30% mana generation for 6 turns from matching tiles or mana gained by the defense at the end of their turn. Okay. So he's a slow speed hero, so you're mostly going to use him in a rush tournament setting, right? Or a rush war setting. 70% means even if they were full, you've got one tile match that you can throw into them, 3 tiles that you can throw into them, and they're still not charged. So it's not just saving you immediately, but it's saving you another tile match. And I believe I'm not the best at this kind of math, but reduces the mana of all other enemies by 40%. If they were pretty high, anyway, close to full, let's say, 40% by itself would mean that 3 tiles into them, a tile match, would still set them off in Rush War. But with negative 30% mana generation, I think you would be safe with another tile match into all of those enemies. So that's kind of an important way to think about this. Like, what exactly is he saving you? And I think he's saving you at least a move, at least a tile match into all of the heroes, which is pretty important in Rush War. That's great. And then, of course, he's got a stronger Mega Minion that he recruits a Sword Guard Mega Minion with 35% HP, 300% attack. That's a big attack. And also that Sword Guard Mega Minion gives everybody bleed damage over 3 turns, 579, almost 200 bleed damage per turn for whoever gets hit by that Sword Guard Mega Minion, plus the bleed spreads to nearby enemies. Pretty good hero. Pretty good special skill. Certainly in Rush War, he will be evil to go up against. Have to bring heroes that resist mana reduction. So maybe you have... Oops, where are we? Maybe you have your own Garrison Guard heroes that you can bring in, or Toon heroes or something like that, and hopefully he doesn't work against you. But this will be really, really tricky. I think he's strong. I don't think he's like OP, like going to change the game. If he had a little upfront damage, it would make him somebody that everybody wants to pull for. Or maybe if he stole the mana and gave it to his own team, or boosted the mana of his own team a little bit with that mana reduction on the against the enemy, make him even more desirable. But I think he's a pretty strong hero. Fergus, Garrison Guard, good luck on the polls if you are trying to get him. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you got lucky. Let's take a look at this Wilderness Summon. Still, Wilderness Summon, no Wilderness event. Just a bunch of great heroes that you have to pay a whole lot of money for a not very good chance to pull. Legendary featured heroes, 0.8%. Including Gideon, brand new, Verity, very strong, and Von Rothbart, who's not in the Wilderness at all, but is an excellent hero. So taking a look at Gideon, also a slow speed hero. We'll go through all of the passives and family stuff. Woodland Fawn gets a chance to resist mana reductions and status ailments. So you could take Gideon against, what was the hero that we just talked about? This guy, Fergus. Yeah, you take Gideon against Fergus, and you've got a chance to resist. 75% chance with 1, 100% chance with 2, and then plus 50 or plus 100% more damage dealt against minions. I don't believe that includes mega minions, but that can include some of those big, beefy Diao Chan or Moonbell type minions. 3 passives. Amazing. Innate resistance against status ailments stacks, and with that effect, defense. So you can't get any defense down in any way, shape, or form on this hero. Innate resistance against insanity, and 5% mana when they receive a status ailment or a negative stack. Excellent set of skills before we even get to the special skill. Let's look at stats. 1131 team power, leaning a little bit more defensively. 1104 attack, 1147 defense, 2138 on health, and she'll get a boosted or heal, or they'll get a boosted regen ether talent when you double limit break them. Purifying Light is slow speed special skill, safely cleanses status ailments from all allies. Okay, we've seen that before. Super useful in War Equalizer, or when facing off against one of those War Equalizer type heroes, even outside of the Equalizer, but especially there in Equalizer. Enhanced Dodge, all allies get 100% chance to dodge special skills that deal damage. This effect lasts until the ally successfully dodges 1 time. And after the enhanced dodge ends or is removed or replaced, the ally recovers 56% health and gets plus 50% defense for 6 turns. All right, so we're going to get a huge heal, and you're going to avoid 1 big hit. That is, unless you can get a priority dispel. If you can get a priority dispel of this buff, and the hero ignores dodge. I'm thinking about Shazi Jing. Then your special is not wasted on them, I think. But otherwise, you've got to just get a hit all and just waste that special skill. Let everybody dodge. Hopefully you can get your mana back up again. But by that point, they've got plus 50% defense and a bunch more health. So that's really frustrating. However, you bring in owls. You bring in astral elves. You bring in another hero that never misses. And then does this hero do anything? You get all that. I mean, you safely cleanse status ailments, but that's about it, right? Because then they get a chance to dodge, and then they're not going to dodge. And so they never get the health or the defense up. So, very good hero. There is a way to counter this. So it's a good rush tournament, rush war hero on your attacking team, especially on defense. If the attacking team is smart enough and has a deep enough roster to have a good amount of elves or owls, maybe that is the way to get around this hero. Two slow heroes, two pretty good slow heroes. Not game-changing, but certainly if I would get lucky to pull one of them, I'd level them up eventually, and I do have a couple pulls. So let's do my superstitions. Okay, a couple 2 stars there, and let's just finish the event, so let's do these 2 little goblin pulls here and see what we can get. Probably nothing. Ganju, and Bane. Well, that's really exciting. I hope you are as excited as I am, because I can barely contain myself. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning into the video this morning. Like, subscribe, comment, all those things, and we'll see you next time.